Hey guys, Pro1701 here. Today we're going to talk some more about the Underwater Menace Special Edition that hopefully we will get. Because I was chatting with someone on the merchandise forum. One of the guys there he's really on the ball. He's like knowledgeable about Doctor Who stuff. He always seems to know what's going on in the Doctor Who world. His opinion's very valued. His name is Gordon, and everybody listens to Gordon. He seems to really know his Doctor Who stuff. And some of the guys were talking, and one of the guys posted on there, and he said, well, I think next year the three we're going to get are Abominable Snowmen, Underwater Menace Special Edition, and The Savages. And Gordon was like, I agree, I think it'll be those. Which, that makes me stand up and take notice. I mean, we know we're getting Abominable Snowmen, but the fact he thinks The Savages and Underwater Menace Special Edition will be coming next year is enough for me to pay attention. Especially since I had already filmed the video about Underwater Menace that went up yesterday. It really got me to thinking, and so I asked him. I wanted to know Gordon's opinion. Much like, a lot of times you guys will ask me questions just because you're curious to know my opinion on stuff. I like to know his opinion on things. So I asked him, I was curious if they did a special edition of Underwater Menace, if he thought they would animate the whole thing, or if they would just animate the missing episodes, 1 and 4, much like the other video I did was about. And his response, I actually liked, and I wanted to discuss it with you guys. He said, I think that would be a great opportunity for them to do another 3D animation, as a test, kind of like Web of Fear was. They only need to animate the missing episodes. And this would give them a chance to work on some more 3D animation to kind of improve it, work on it. Because Underwater Menace, as he points this out too, Underwater Menace isn't a story people are really chomping at the bit for. It's not a famous story. It's not well regarded in the fandom. It is the most, of all the Troughton stories, it's the one I'm most uninterested in. It's that story where if it was announced a couple of lost episodes of Doctor Who had been found, we'd be like, ooh. And then it'd be like, it was episode 1 and 4 of Underwater Menace. We'd be like, yay? We'd still be excited. Any lost episode is a great thing, but there's still that part of us is going to be like, oh, it's Underwater Menace. And I know some of you in the comments are like, no, any episode is good. Yes, any episode is good, but would you rather have the 2 episodes from Underwater Menace, or the 2 episodes from Crusade, or a couple episodes from Dalek's Master Plan, or The Massacre, or Fury from the Deep? A lot of stories we'd rather have episodes from. So there would be a little bit of disappointment if it was Underwater Menace. So with it being a story that's not exactly the cream of the crop of the fandom, or even mediocre, it's usually I've never seen it, but it seems to be pretty far down the list of stories. So I think with its reputation and with half of it already existing, only half needing to be animated, he brought up a good point that I agree with. This would be a great opportunity for them to take another stab at 3D animations. Having hopefully listened to feedback from Web of Fear episode 3, this would be a great time to take some of the positive feedback that they have gotten from that and utilize it to do another 3D animation that's better, that's improved, where the faces look better, where the body movements aren't so wonky. And use it as a stepping stone to hopefully future stories, because they've already said it seems like it will be a lot easier to do some of these bigger stories like Crusade and Dalek's Master Plan, and Highlanders maybe, stories that would be hard to do in 2D just because of the number of characters or sets and costume designs, etc., 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 that they would be hard and expensive to do in 2D, and that it might be more optimal to do them in this 3D manner. This would give them another chance to practice, hopefully having refined the skill from and improved from Web of Fear episode 3, and then take whatever they learned from this special edition of Underwater Menace, whatever feedback they get from that, and improve on it, and then maybe move on to something like the Crusade, and we'll have a much better end result product from that. So I like that idea. I would love to see that with Web of Fear special edition. Go ahead and do like the Web of Fear, but much improved. Take all your feedback from Web of Fear that the fans gave. Do 3D animations for episodes 1 and 4. Hopefully, again, it'll be a much better end product from what we got from Web of Fear. 1, they've got more practice at it. 2, they do have feedback to go off of. And 3, hopefully they'll have more of a budget to work with and more time to work with. Luckily, again, since they've already done 1 episode on this, they can kind of take the training wheels off. And then whatever criticisms we have from that, they can utilize that in future ones like Crusade and Dalek's Master Plan, etc., etc., etc. So that's my thoughts on that. That was Gordon's thoughts on that. I really liked his thoughts on that, so I wanted to share it with you guys. So let me know what you think. Do you think this would be a great opportunity for them to experiment a little bit more, since Underwater Menace isn't exactly, you know, the story we're all like, yeah, Underwater Menace. I want to know what you think, so comment down below and let me know what you think about this idea. Other things to do, click the like button, click the subscribe button, click the bell for notifications. I also have a Patreon if you would like to contribute to that. There is a link down in the description below if you want to check that out. I would certainly appreciate that. There's many different tiers you could subscribe to. Most importantly, though, thank you for watching.